He gremlin laugh. It's gonna be in English because I don't think we run into Tainari for the rest of the Zoomer quest line. I remember what I was doing just then. Okay. On my other account, said I was gonna focus on getting Rosaria finally to level 90. Now my other account don't has enough money for that. I think it's funny. Needs more Mora. I think to be fair, on my other account I did also spend quite a lot of money, a lot of Mora buying ingredients for food. So. I'm just trying to make sure I can level and ascend things. It's fine. This is just real quick before we actually get into what we're doing. What do I need for those? One of these, okay. I'll get that later. Right. Okay, yeah, that is today. Yeah, I'll get that later. Yeah, as it stands, I have to finish doing Xavier's stuff for today before I can do the Sumer questline, meet the Wanderer and stuff. Ow. Got radiation was the thing. Oh, hold on. There we go. One. Out of the water, out of the water, out of the water, out of the water.
The insect shall be punished.
What's one more?
Propagate! Let the show begin. Come on, we can do it. Let's light it up. I'm going in. Go, Barbara.
Ow.
wish, mein Fräulein.
Okay, let's go. Let's go, official. Let's go. Go, official. Run. Run faster. I think I'm going. We has got to know where.
I'll protect us.
He has a hat here. Excuse me. I'm just dying. It's fine. And he's got a hat over here, too.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Someone.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the traveler in Paimon?
Xavier?
No.
What are you doing here?
I was in the general
he's saying
area,
it's not
and
you.
now
I've seen
I'm in
Xavier
this
the entire
specific
time.
area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
The history here.
Oh, well, it's
It's
a
always very
long
deep.
story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its
Okay.
history is one of the most
So?
foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation, goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
Yes.
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological
See-
collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
I didn't get to show this on stream on my other account because
Hey,
it was late in
weren't
the
you
evening.
gonna ask Xavier
When-
something about Tatarasuna?
I did
Come on,
finally
ask
do.
already.
finish the Tattletales. I was so mad.
Oh,
like, it's
I didn't
so
realize you
easy.
two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
I don't-
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Yes.
Sure, go ahead.
Yes.
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around
had a
dressed
nice
to the
healthy, like,
nines. Just the sort of
5
person
hours of
I'd
sleep
like to
last
meet,
night.
actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor
I
have I
slept
come
so well. I
across
woke up
anything to
actually
do with a
awake.
kabuki mono where
I'd have something to do
Tatarasuna is
with
concerned.
the alcohol that I put in my coffee last night. And the fact that I was super tired all day yesterday. After stream,
Of
I wanted to
course!
lay down,
Don't mention it.
just go back to sleep.
Oh, we're
I didn't
leaving?
want to stay up,
Okay, bye, Xavier.
but I stayed up.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Have fun.
Looks like you
See
got
you
all the
tomorrow.
information you're looking
Um,
for.
Yeah,
Sure,
I won't be
but
able to claim the rewards
what's up
for
with you
completing
today?
this in the
whatever
journal.
it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Sorry.
Hey,
It's the
don't
keep your
mention it.
smile spinal crocodile that gets
All
me.
right, let's head off and...
Yay. We did a thing. Now come over here and do another thing. This tablecloth is bothering the shiz out of me. It was at one point tucked up under the edge that's currently like hanging practically to the floor on my side of the table. It was tucked up underneath the table, like the mid part of the tablecloth. On the table.
Hey, it's them!
Now it's hanging off on my side and it's draping
Akaba,
over my
Sawada,
legs like a
you're
blanket
still
and it's
here?
bothering me. Are you still talking about the essay?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
Bet.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
I remember reacting to his voice like, why is
Still
he
looking
British?
for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
Can I read it again?
Oh, of course.
I didn't actually read it last night, so I don't remember what all is
I
different.
presume you'll want to read mine as well.
I didn't read it last time either. I don't know what's different.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how
What did you find out?
No, unlike last night, I didn't
Something
mix
big?
alcohol with my coffee,
It's
but
a
I
long story.
did get a drink
Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma,
coffee.
and...
So, got apple cider. It's cold because it was in the fridge. with me.
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
I'm gonna finish my coffee
Well,
first.
well. So it all comes down to one man's
afternoon.
desire for revenge.
So therefore,
Huh. You heard this from a member
Alcohol
of the
is
Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be
appropriate now.
true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having
oh my
Yes, yes,
gosh,
okay.
shut up.
they're back at it.
Oh, so
Bye.
sorry.
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
You guys talk too much.
Will do.
Shut up.
La, 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 la.
Thank you, Barbara. I went through my other account last night looking through all of these. I didn't realize this was something that this is one thing that I forgot was a thing. That some of these have like specific elements attached to them. I didn't realize that until I started looking through them on my other account. I was like, oh, sheesh. I don't think I have any that are spectral flavored. Should be fine. Yeah, I forgot that the Cubs did that. I was like, oh no. But now I know, and therefore I did the thing.
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Now we're gonna actually setting up.
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up
Working things.
chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided... The Balladeer? This sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
To be fair, he said he erased his names. Not necessarily himself. So...
Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
Once one named the Balladeer, created by the Electro Archon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tatarasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he had been thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength, and returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with a gnosis and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul and learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he decided the unthinkable. He did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story.
Your mom's
So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
Yeah.
But how was he even able to do that? As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality. So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because... well, because he literally changed the world? Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The Traveler comes from a world beyond Javat. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
You could say that again.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
Why not? I'm not really sure. If I were in Traveler's shoes, as long as I got a glimpse of his backstory, I would be like, oh shit. Inexcusable things, but he's just a hurt boy who needs a hug. I love how they're now just staring at the traveler like, you gonna say something? Oh, I know why Nikita's so cute to me. She reminds me of Baby Yoda.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
It's mostly just because it's the green aesthetic from her being dead Dendro got in the ears. Such a radical option yet.
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yes.
Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of
Like,
Tatarasuna.
but like, Baby
Now
Yoda,
he saw them as friends
you
again.
see her, you see him, I see him in her.
He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense. Every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something.
Doing that, I was just slapping my arm if you could hear it.
Found it. This should be the one.
Cube!
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
What is it?
A cube.
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale?
I authored this record myself.
I like it, it's
Huh?
cute.
You wrote a
We'll
fairy
sit here in a
tale
moment.
that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the Kabukimono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. The now erased life of the balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity
So
them.
this is the doctor introducing himself to the
But the monster soon found
Dr.
solace
Asuna.
when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree, who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur.
The
Yet
kitten's
when the other
obviously
foxes saw
scared.
this, they spoke words of comfort to the
Scottish.
kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
We solved it!
Such a precious
I remember
boy.
now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars.
Scottish is like shout.
Presumably,
He's a hug.
they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control
Technically
it.
dead naming him.
That's why they backed up his memory for later use.
He's no longer Scottish.
I buried
the
it
water
deep
needs a
inside
hug.
one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
Just as some people still refer to him as
It's hard to
Scottish
believe
or
that
the
this
Balladeer.
person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The
So he did the
Balladeer
fun
agreed to
dangle.
help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like
It's
the
just
way it all
sassy, it's
ended that
fine.
much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People, when you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to
skipped over
choose their
dialogue.
own
Oops.
destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it. Come on, Traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Sorry, I was curious about what would happen if you did that. No, I know. Okay. Nahida said no. Bad. You gotta explore in the world. So, on my other account, where I'm trying to collect everybody. Here, I don't particularly care if I get everybody or not. I'll pull on as many banners as I can, but I don't have Wander, Nahida, Yoimiya, Kazuha, Klee, and some of the newer purple people. I also don't have Yaimiko. But I don't have a bunch of people.
Here! What should we eat first?
That's making me sad. One of the reasons why last summer I was so mad. I was like, there is Klee and Kazuha on the same banner. I don't have
Hey,
either
are
of
you
them.
the answer or what?
It's okay, they're releasing Mika soon. Which
All
means
right,
I
whatever
can
you
get my
want.
resources from
Well,
Mondstadt.
Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
The only thing I need to do on my other account for Rosaria is beat up the ice flower as many times as I can
What is it? Have you figured it all
each
out?
day.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
I can't tell if I like him better in his blue outfit or in his other outfit.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
I think... Oh, I know what happened there. Okay.
He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out
You got
here,
distracted
and
'cause you
then when
noticed
I
the
actually
traveler's
give you
gate
some
on him.
work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsetias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a
so
wage before.
Precious.
And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay
Very
out of
much
sight.
like a cat.
Don't let him see.
Sassy. I'm gonna sell you cabbages. And the apple. Bye.
Let's dance.
Yeah, this'll do.
Please.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Isn't that a bit too cruel?
Shush.
Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
This face.
Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
Paimon.
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
Yeah, we're fine.
Have we met before?
Yeah, kinda.
No, we haven't met.
Yes.
I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You're a puppet.
Puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right. The look on his face.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people.
I bet
Look,
not.
I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
You're somewhere I want to take you.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Okay.
And let's return to the city.
If ever can heal herself later. Oh yeah, it's Grand Bazaar. I see you, sir.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't...
He's around 500 years old, but I want to hug him.
No, you're right.
He's been through a lot.
Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
I too have run into
Thank
a
you.
lot of characters in my years.
All right, done.
There was Ash Ketchum.
Thanks for waiting for me.
Link,
We can
and-
go now.
I don't think that's what he meant, but it was fun. Haha, funny joke. But not my friends. No, there's a teleport waypoint. I don't care. Excuse me, Barbie, come through. Barbie, come through. I crave balance. Idea. Hi.
Oh, hey there, traveler. Nice to see ya.
Didn't expect to see you here.
Well, Sino's out of the country on a trip, so he got me to come and help his subordinates take care of a few things. I guess you can say I'm his temporary substitute. The atmosphere around here is not too bad nowadays, so I don't mind sticking around once in a while. You've probably got a lot going on yourself, I bet. Good luck with everything.
Bye-bye. She's there in relation to the Windbloom event. I still have to do Ito's story quest and the second half of Raiden Shogun's story quest, though, in order to do the chasm. So I can claim rewards and things. Hi, Nihito.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yeah, kinda.
Yes, something far more distant than the past.
It's fine, he just factory
So
reset.
far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
Oh, you see, you were Windows 7, now you're Windows 11.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation. If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it.
You
Please,
upgraded from dial-up to
tell me the
Wi-Fi.
truth.
It's fine, sir.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
I'm making all these jokes to an empty
Then
audience.
I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You
Yeah, he
nearly
didn't
died
vote in
because of what
time.
other people did. And many died because of you.
Everyone
As a
hated you
non-human
because of how slow
being,
you were.
you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
His hat's pretty.
In terms of the outcome
like it.
alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect,
I want to play with the
a cycle
danglies
of
on his
karma
hat.
and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies
just wanna
like
hit
this
them
are
and watch
not
them
enough to
sway back and
explain the
forth.
world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
That's impulsive.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we...
If we were enemies,
Now we're frenemies.
why are you trying to help me find the truth?
Because we frenemies now.
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch
I don't know.
enemy, but now he's just some
Our arch
random
enemies.
stranger
We're
we met on the
frenemies. It's fine.
street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Always.
as the god of wisdom,
just
I
ran
trust
back
that
and
everything you
had
told me
anything
must be
alcohol to
true.
drink it.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet. With no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well.
I found a
As
director I
you
really
wish.
like.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him?
It's
This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
a light.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I
Or-
might face, it's my burden to bear.
There's
Traveler,
apple,
could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
alcohol,
Oh, good point.
like
Given
low
your,
alcohol volume.
unique situation, we'd better
Mixed
keep
with
an eye
a
on
pina
you.
colada mixer and spiced apple cider, non-alcoholic apple
Understood.
cider.
Thank you.
So good.
Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
It's really cold. I'm going to talk to people first.
It's time to get ready.
So it is.
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just
Yeah,
sorry
we're
that you
gonna
have to join
do,
me for the whole
jets.
thing.
West. At some point earlier. Ask him. Yeah. It's because of Bennett, isn't it? It's because of Bennett. But he's my other healer. Oh, that was a weird noise.
Good eye.
Okay, we'll switch to Hu Tao and let's see here. Yeah, I'll keep that one on there. Okay. I like Bennett on the team though, because he heals.
This looks like Inazuma.
That's okay.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
Nah, friend,
We
you're
never
okay.
give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
She's finishing
All
it up.
right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you
Yes.
injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
Bye, man.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi
Don't
was
interrupt.
ultimately killed
Story
by
time.
Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Potato.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Oh, I don't think I was supposed to be able to get back here. Oh no. In here they got stuck. That was almost bad. Treasure. Ow.
I'll protect us.
Excuse.
Huh? What are we doing back here? Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
No. Don't blame the child for being sick.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
You were so innocent. Did not understand. I see enemies. My knee itched. Scratching it through my pants.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Let's end this quickly!
Ready, steady, go! Oh, it's revealed! Scatter! Exterminate! Oh, hi.
Let's not waste time.
Quit it! Propagate!
Let's end this
Go,
quickly!
Barbara, go! Hi. Hi.
Ow.
Almost.
Hi. By royal decree.
Use this.
Yeah.
Let's not waste time.
Let the show begin. Hi. Hi. Go, Barbara, go! Hi. Yeah. Hi.
Let's end this quickly.
Come on, we can do it.
Almost.
Scatter!
Let's not waste time.
Propagate! Spring forth! Let's dance!
I guess this is it.
There you go.
Use this first.
Higher, higher, hands on fire! Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day! Oh, let the show begin.